Hi, it's Ronick from Ask Audio Mag. We're in the Steinberg booth, in the very inner workings of the Steinberg booth. I'm here with Sebastian, the Senior Product Specialist from Steinberg. He's going to talk to us about the UR242 today. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, I'm excellent. How are you doing?
Yeah, no, really good, really good. It's a great show.
Great, thanks for stopping by, and thanks that we get the opportunity to actually talk a bit about the UR242.
That's cool. It looks, well, here it is. It looks great. It looks very similar to the UR12. So maybe you can tell us more about the features. I'm guessing it's got 4 inputs.
Yes, exactly, as the name implies, kind of. UR242 is USB audio interface. It's from the UR series, where we also have some other interfaces, like the UR12, for example, you mentioned. Very sturdy construction. And as you mentioned, it has 4 inputs. It has 2 microphone inputs. It has 2 line inputs at the back. The microphone inputs, basically you can control with using those 2 knobs right here. And you can also connect your guitar or, for example, passive bass, something like that, to the first input. All you have to do is pretty much press the high Z button and you're good to go. It also features phantom power for condenser microphones, for example. Now, these are basic features you have on other interfaces as well. What really is special about the UR242 is that you have a DSP built inside of the unit, and what it allows you to do is actually have latency-free monitoring on the inputs, so you can record, for example, your vocals into your favorite sequencer and have monitoring on your headphones without any latency. And in addition to that, you also have DSP-based effects, which are also run from the DSP in the unit. So imagine if you're a vocalist, sometimes you need some reverb just to sing and perform well while recording, and you can simply use the unit to actually supply the reverb, put it on your headphones, and you can record the vocals dry into your software. And the same works also for guitars. So if you're a guitarist, it has 4 different guitar amp models right in here. And you can play guitar and record it with or without the guitar amps, whichever way you prefer. And you can also basically unplug the whole unit from any computer, and you can still run the guitar amps, for example, just by running it with the power, connect your guitar and some headphones, and you're good to go. It's a really nice practice amp, or if you're on the road or something, it's really cool.
That sounds really, really fantastic. So you've got a few things on the screen there as well.
Yes.
So tell us more about that.
Yes, actually, what we see on the screen is basically the DSP mix effects, is what is called the software that controls the DSP inside of the UR242. And what you can see is that you have different faders for the 4 inputs you have. You have things like, for example, a low cut phase inverse. But what you can also see is the DSP effects I talked about. For example, you have a channel strip, meaning for each input you have a channel strip with EQ and compression. So you can, for example, record it with the EQ and compression, or without it, just for listening purposes. Or, as I mentioned, you have guitar amps, for example, very nice, which I like, a drive amp, which you can just load into one of the inputs, and then you connect your guitar and you're good to go. And you also have a reverb unit, which you can see over here. You have different types of reverbs you can load. You can adjust all the parameters, so you get a really nice sounding reverb, and also you can use it on the go. And the same thing actually, it looks quite similar to this one, you get when you connect the UR242 to an iPad. So you can connect it to the iPad, use it as the audio interface for recording and for playing back with any application. And you have this app you can download for free to control everything. So you can control the guitar amp, for example, with your iPad, unplug it and rock, basically.
Wow, okay. That sounds really, really cool. So, so these DSP effects, are they modeled on any particular plugins from Cubase?
Well, they're not. Well, some of the functions, of course, are derived from Cubase. The amp models, for example, actually are come from Yamaha themselves. Very good amp simulation models they have. They also use like in very expensive mixing consoles, for example. So they sound very good. We actually had a guitarist here today, and he seemed to really like them.
Okay, thank you. And so the UR242, what's the pricing for this?
Well, it's the recommended pricing is actually 199 euros. And so it would be roughly about that in pounds, I would assume. So it's a pretty good, I think for that price it's a really good interface. It's very sturdy, it has a lot of connectivity, you still have vintage kind of MIDI ins and outs for all those people that have synthesizers, for example. And it's a very good sound quality, I really like it. It's very smooth inputs and very good sounding outputs, so I think it's a good value.
Great, okay, well you've convinced me that we want to review it, which is not a really hard job to do, I have to admit. When we've seen new gear we want to review it, but you know, I do genuinely like what you've shown me. When are we, you know, what's the availability of the 242?
It's already available, you can pick it up in your store, so go check it out and have fun, I would say.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.